T, you're in more of a position to get shot by Jerpy, who's watching from that ledge. If you got that front spine, you need to take wide and get control over that back table before your opponent does, because then if you let him get it, you're a sitting duck at that point.
Yep, and you see Rezik, he's going to rotate that sniper around. He's trying to be a little bit sneaky right here, making sure they don't know where he's at, but he's on their side of the map. Rezik getting a kill on Xenon right there with the sniper, a little bit off stream, but we already know Rezik is going to be the power weapon player for this team. We talked about it as one of their keys to victory. As long as Rezik can stay cool, put these power weapons to use, I do see United being able to take this map.
And like you said, we talked about in the keys of victory, how hot is Rezik going to be? He got 6 shots. Looking for that first headshot. Going to have some smoke. Crash. He's in a good spot. Rezik's going to connect with that body. Eternity's forced to back up. Now he's looking to help his teammate once more. Cannot save Crash. He's going to fall. He needs to play his life now. Going to connect with that headshot on Eternity and back up. He knows that B, they're not going to be able to defend it just yet until his teammates come off respawn. So he's going to put that sniper in a position to guard that home hill. As
you see, Crush Mode trying to advance up, but they're going to retreat, go towards the B hill. Willie's going to be able to get one on Lava before being taken out by Jerpy, so that's put Crush Mode all by himself. And like we keep saying, Rezik is putting this sniper to use, and we need Air Eternity to spawn up as 5. If Air Eternity is going to get back into this game, they need to reset, they need to spawn up, and then make a push as a team. But as you see, they're getting picked off one by one, and if that keeps happening, United's going to run away with this one.
Yeah, Rezik, I want to say he connected with at least 80% of the shots in his clip, and we saw one headshot out of him, but that's still good. Those body shots do count. Good Willie, the veteran. He's looking to move in. Shot gets that second snipe off a respawn. Now he has it out. He's looking to get away. He's full red. Question is, will he get away? And yeah, he's going to get his health back, and he's going to be in a safe spot. So now you got Air Eternity. They need to cap up this B hill. Exactly what they're doing now. But they may need a trip cap at this point.
Yep, as you see them leaving B hill, not finishing the cap. I kind of agree with that one. Need to go for kills over hills at this point, as it looks like United's going to win off one. Jerpy getting that kill on Eternity, so it looks like it's going to be an uphill battle the rest of this round. But 2 members of Air Eternity look like they're going to start that push, try and catch Jerpy off guard. But if I'm a United, you sneak to B, and that's exactly what they did. You see the hill being capped, almost a triple cap being threatened as well. Air Eternity, it looks like a little bit of Mr. Crab play.
Yeah, you know, you got to do that. No point if you see the whole team swarming to your home hill, just out-rotate them. You know that they might not have, you're going to have numbers on top of that B hill, which is the next closest hill. Get there, secure that one hill that your team needs to win this round.
That's exactly what I said. The kills over hills. At that point, you got to make sure no one slips by you. You got to make sure to kill everyone off of spawn, and then you go and threaten the triple cap. And even at that point, you don't even necessarily need to get the triple cap. You just need to stop them from getting points.
And so we're going to have nades placed down mid-map, and that's usually our typical nade position. Able to grab those nades and use those to fight for that B hill. But folks, you guys heard me say it time and time again. But if you've been living on the rock, I always say after round 3 is usually when escalation, this is when a real game starts. We're going to be approaching 16-second respawn rounds, 18, then 20. If you can win one of these team fights off the initial, you got a good chance of dominating your opponent.
Yep, 30-second respawn to see Firearm finally taking that table off the rip. Wildy and Crushmo also sandwiching, and there you go, Crushmo and Firearm opening up strong this round, but Jerpy and Shock answering back with 2 quick kills, and that's going to give Shock frag grenades. And you see the first one going out. It's not going to be able to connect, but it is going to make them antsy and get them out of their comfort zone.
You got to figure out when your team gets a big double like that again, and how do you not die? Damn.
That was insane by Shock. It looked like a backwards back A somehow, and he's not going to stop right now. They're going to take out Firearm. It looks like at one point or another, there was 5 dead for Air Eternity, so you know they're going to come off respawn. So if I'm United, I start that pressure center.
And like I said, when you get that opening double, you have a 5v3. You got to know how to stay alive or get close to teammates so they don't even the odds right away. But it's just separate fights. The time difference between those 2 fights is just too close. Not really much time to react. But now, Lava looking to clean up this kill. The question is, can he make it to it in time without taking too much damage? Rezik snipe in hand, looking for a nice little cheeky angle. He sees one. Oh, going to connect with the body shot, but he knows he has rights to push. Shotty out, looking to connect. Crushmo should have his health back by now. Rezik now in a difficult spot, but he does have help from his teammate.
Yeah, nice smart move to stay alive. You know you don't need to overextend. You have 2 hill control. You know they're going to need to push into you. Rezik taking out Crushmo with a headshot.
Oh, no,
no, get another one. No. Whoa, almost had a heart attack right there as, you know, Rezik going down finally. So that's good by Air Turn to get the sniper out of his hands, but they need to start stepping it up here. They need to somehow flip the momentum to their side.
They really do. You know, you got United with a good lead. It's not a lead in which Eric cannot come back from. but they need to make sure they start controlling this B hill and controlling snipe. That sniper is going to be on a minute 30 weapon respawn, so it should be up very soon. Era needs to control that. Get that sniper in the hands of Firearm. Start, you know, herding the E United towards that home hill. Start pinching them because they're going to need a domination.
Yeah, and right now, Era Eternity just looks a little like individuals playing on, you know, 5v5 game mode here. To see Crash and the rest of E United just taking control of all of the map right now, and will be accidentally hopping over that cover. It's going to be a mistake, but he's going to be able to get out alive for just a moment. But Eternity now in a bad spot as well. You know, that's not what you need to see out of Era Eternity. You need to start winning all of these fights and making smarter rotations.
And also, you know, if there's one thing I've noticed, Era Eternity have lost their home hill multiple times during this matchup, and they can't even get close to E United. So I wonder how is that fight being lost on the other end of the map?
You know, this round's almost done, so if I'm Era Eternity right now, I'm talking about the best weapon placement for the next round, and if I'm then, nothing's working on that side of the map, so you need to switch up the fight. But in order to switch up that fight, you need to drop a heavy weapon. You need to drop a boom shot or a drop shot here, right now in this round, and you need to start changing the momentum in your favor, because if not, they're going to be able to run away with this one. They could possibly win the rest of the rounds on this half, so you're going down in second half 6-0. So Era Eternity, please, boom shot, drop shot, something bigger.
But do you want it on this side of the map?
You have to. You're not winning that fight at all.
Yeah, maybe the next round, round 6, we may see them like swap that snipe out and put the boom shot down. But you know, they were the team that put the snipe down, and they haven't had control of it yet. You know, you take a look at that scoreboard. You got shocked, 10 kills, 11 downs.
You can just tell by the downs alone. E United's teamwork is just through the roof right now, especially compared to Era Eternity.
They've been keeping their distance. You know, they're not taking fights in which they do not have to. They're using their teamwork. They're shooting for each other, and that's the most important thing. Once again, Firearm will drop early on. He cannot make it to that power position without getting lit up by Jerpy and Rezik, and I want to say that's Crash as well. They are making him pay. He cannot get into position to get that sniper whatsoever.
Exactly why I said you need to drop a boom shot or drop shot. Switch the fight up. You know, Rezik going for a little bit of a close shot right there, and I'm just going to stop what I'm saying. He's going to get a 1v1 against Eternity, but smart plays by Rezik right here. He does not need to fight that. He has Eternity going ring around the Rosie right now. Rezik is even going to win that fight.
Yeah, that was smart. It's like, hey, you know what? You can chase me if you want to. I'm just going to go help my teammates over here and trip cap your home hill in a fight in which you have to fight me.
I'm going to turn at him. Era Eternity, if you hear me right now. Hopefully they hear me. Boom shot, drop shot. Change the fight up, because exactly what I said happened. Firearm can't even get out of that side of the map to even grab any weapon that's placed over there. So you need to switch it up. You need to have your full team going down on that side of the map. And if you win boom shot, you win you know, the home hills. But you put a torque bow down right there, and now it's going to be the same exact fight. They lost 5 rounds in a row. Yeah, and you're going to get to, and I'm pretty sure Rezik's going to be picking up that bow as well. You see him 14 kills, 4 downs, less than 46 seconds dead as well. And that's you know, less than 4 kills maybe. You know, 100% less than 5 kills. Especially depending on the round. You probably barely died. Yeah, right? So now we're going to see how this opening break's going to happen. We've gave a lot of criticism. Firearm is being more patient now. Woody's going to get to that table, so he's in a power position. Eternity with the rotation. They see Rezik on the tables. He's full red. He's looking for help from Wildy. But Rezik gets one, and you can't let him. No. You can't let him get a kill out of that, right, PR? And he almost got Wildy as well. You just need to play up on that. You need to find a way to use your teamwork. It looks, like I said before, it looks like 5 individuals running around playing a ranked match against E United as Rezik taking out Wildy. Lava across the map taking out Zenit. So it looks like all of E United are winning all their fights. If they can do it here quickly. And they're running the triple cap plays. Crushable up A's the wrong way, so that's a... Oh, that spot right there. I didn't want to eat my words right there. Yeah. They're triple cap and C, and 6 straight rounds doing the same fight and expecting change. You know what they call that? They call that insanity on the side of Era Eternity. And going into the second half, you need to start coming out swinging. You need to start winning those fights right off the rip. And it's going to be similar initials. You're going to have those 2 people going down, 1 person capping home hill, 1 person cutting middle, and then 1 person going towards E. So you're going to have the similar fight. It's just you need to do something different. And we're seeing that consistency out of Rezik. You know, he's been the one really putting on the show. But let's take a look at what Lava's doing, because Lava is leading the charts. He has 15 kills. I want to say he's in that home hill position as well. We know how to fight it. Folks, the hills are going to rotate, so we are going to get new home hills now as well. Lava's been playing on this side of the map the whole time, and now he's going to be the main person to fight for this neutral hill. Yep, you see it going down a little bit of a 1v1. Zenit's going to take control, but on the other side of the map, Wildy with a double kill. So this could make Lava feel like he has to take this fight, but it's early respawns. You don't have to force anything in these early rounds. You see Zenit flanking around, and it just looks like Lava's making a smart play. He's just running away. He knows he does not need to die for that spot. And yeah, he's going to wait for at least some help, but he knows
He just needs to stay here. He needs to keep tabs. He has tabs on 3 people. I bet you E United is pushing for that home hill. I think they're going to go heavy over there on that former B side of the map. Get their home hill. Yep, and you see him. He got 3 dots, looking to push forward and get that D hill. Yep,
and I agree with it, especially for the most part. Maybe get a break, and then when they start to defend and try to take their home hill back, that's when you cut to E. But you see, like, I don't even division through. You see the members of E United and Air Eternity. E United's grouped up. Air Eternity is spread out. They thought they were going to go for a play to E, and you got to question, Air Eternity, are you going for their home hill? And you see a little bit of a decap, so yes, they are. So even though they didn't protect their hill, they went all the way around, got the other team's home hill, and that's going to force E United to backtrack.
Well, at least Air was there to cap something, because I knew that E hill was going to get capped by Crash. Now, Zen in full red. He's going to get that quick revive. His teammate's going to do the melee damage so he can try to get his health back quicker. Now, he's going to be left in a 1v2 in which he has to fight, but he cannot win that fight. Now, E United about to be capping up both home hills once again. Firearm pushing through mid-map. Has Rezik in front of him. He's going to take some damage, looking to back out. He's going to fall as well. Air, they can't even get their home hill. That's what they need to do, but at least they're keeping E, right?
They're making too many solo plays, and it's kind of hurting me inside to see it kind of happen from Air Eternity. They're just individually trying to make things happen. And you see they're doing their best they can to protect their home hill. That's 4 members of Air Eternity attempting to push out. 1 member going down, but there goes a revive. That could be a good smoke for E United, but it looks like it's going to slow down. I do like the way E United's playing this. They're backtracking. They know they don't need to die right here. Rezik actually getting taken out, shot, and another position.
Here comes the cleanup. Jerpy's going to fall, so Era, they're going to survive that team fight. Now they're going to put the pressure. They're losing D. As they push, somebody flanked around the other end. Oh, okay, so they will get on top of that F hill, but good smart play by Crash. He's going to be caught in a 1v2, but he has enough spacing to dictate how he wants to fight this fight.
They need to kill Crash quick, because Crash, he knows he's going to die eventually. It's just how long is it going to take them to kill him. He's being so annoying. He's doing his job and some right now. As now he's forcing a 1v1 against Zenon, but Zenon's going to win that one. So good heads of play by Air Eternity to put the trust in Zenon to win that fight, but that could have went bad for him.
It really could have, because Zenon loses that. He's back at your home. He was like, yo, did y'all forget about me? I'm not going to make it easy on you. On board with Firearm, looking to get some support damage. Jerpy looking to be the aggressor. He has 3 Air members in front of him. Looking for 1 down. Gets the second chunk in the meat shield. Picks that up, and he will be revived, but his teammate's going to bait him a little bit.
Jerpy,
Wildy.
He's leaving off where he left off in Dallas against Optic as they 2-0'd him there. He goes for a back A, taking out Wildy, another one. Jerpy, one of the people on this team that does not get enough credit because he's overshadowed, by Lava, Shock, and Rezik, but he has always put up numbers and always been consistent every time I've been able to watch him.
Now you see the scoreboard. It's still a close game, but the only team who's getting pointed is E United. And now Trip Cap coming through. Not much Air can do about this one. Nobody's in position to get that F hill, which is they need all 3. They can't get it. That's going to be an E United round. 7-0.
And look at Rezik right there. Rezik is pumped. This is the Rezik we need to see for this team, and this is the Rezik we expect in order to go for them to go far.
Well, Rezik has every right to be like that right now. They just got off with a fiery hot lead, 7-0 on the first map. PR, how big was it that E United played as a team compared to Air Eternity, who played like 5 individual players?
That literally make or breaks everybody. Any team or tournament they play in. You need that teamwork. We saw early on, I think between the first 4 rounds, Air Eternity had 2 members with downs on their team compared to everyone on E United putting in work. You see the rotations, and you see the plan they did. They were letting Air Eternity push out off the initial, and then that's when they were able to down Firearm, take out Wildy, and then that leaves Crushmo in a bad spot.
Yes, that last round right there, okay, I like what Crash did. Waldo, I know you saw it. Crash went to their home hill. He stayed alive. He didn't force fights, unlike some players on Air Eternity. How big is that?
Do you guys want to recant your thing yet? I mean, seriously, that was a domination of just what E United did to Air Eternity. They literally isolated them in every fight. There was no fight where Air Eternity was fighting a 1v1 cleanly. They were getting crossed out. They were running into bad positions. And even when they went for the home hill, they didn't even play the weapon. They just baited them out, drew them into a bad position, and crossed them out. There was nothing. I can't be critical of anything E United did that game. I was wondering when the closest round was the first round of the game.
Yep. Yes. Now, Blaze, we all know Gears of War is a momentum-based game. How big is it that Air Eternity picks it up in the second map?
It's going to be very huge as they pick it up in the second map. They were my pick 2-1, but like Waldo said, am I ready to get my pick back? Because what I saw at E United is the team that I knew I was going to see this event. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy they made a statement like that on map 1 Era. they got big shoes to fill.
Now we saw big things from Shock from E United. He went big in multiple plays. Is he the X factor for this team?
I think the biggest thing is Rezik and Shock playing at a high performance level. They are both X factors for this team, but everybody was performing on E United.
Yes, now E United, they had a splendid display on that first map right there. But I would like to send it over to a video with Fire on.
Growing up in the East Coast, out here in New York, been challenging. I'm from the South Bronx, so since I was young, I've seen a lot of things that, you know, you're not supposed to see as a kid. It shapes you up in a street way, meaning to be prepared. You know, you got to be ready. You got to be aware of what's going on. You have to make sure everything is good. The days I go to work, I go downtown, I'm a salesman, and then I work for some network marketing company when I'm at home. I've just always been into making money, going into focusing on business. That's actually what I went to school for. I actually used to be a competitive skateboarder. I was skating for about 6 years, 7 years, but then I had to let it go once I got hurt pretty bad. If I was in a tournament, I had to make sure I was always going. I had to always be moving quick. I had to make sure I got my time in. In gears, same way. I got to bring that competitive side in me. I get to shit talk. I get to just have fun. I get to listen to hard music before I start playing. First time I played Gears of War, I was about 9 years old. One of the first guns I remember picking up was just the sniper.
United, great teamwork. Okay. Kill headshot that comes in from firearm.
I never even knew about the scene. I actually got picked up about a year ago in a ranked match. Our team name was MLG. Amazing experience, it really set me off. Mexico, I started off another group of free agents, branched off as PJJ, so on to Atlantic City. Paris set it off.
Out here in Paris, baby.
I was under Fire and Ice. I feel like I became one of the top players after Paris. And then Vegas, again, went with a team of free agents. A couple known players, though, that have been in the scene for a couple years. It's pretty dope to see how I evolved from playing with people from a ranked match to people that have been playing for 10 years competitive, that's been in the money, that's been around the scene for such a long time.
No, lose it to them, bro.
At my first LAN event, I thought the Gears esports community was just amazing. The people, everything about it, even the monitor setups, the headsets, everything just seemed different. The gameplay was different, but it felt so good at the same time to be out from my comfort zone. The Mexico event was the best event, hands down, meaning the spectators, the players, everyone was just so humble, so nice, so welcoming.
The crowd louder than ever.
Usually out here, if you lose at an event, sometimes the teams just go, like they're gone, they don't even want to spectate no more. But out there, everybody was there spectating, everybody was there showing love, everybody was there really showing why they have so much love for this game. After I came back home from that LAN event, I just knew I just upgraded to a better player, better person, better overall in every aspect. My biggest challenge as a player was definitely just being new blood, just being a new person in the scene, which is coming out of nowhere. I can't just go get top players because I don't really have much to back it up. Placed 9 through 12 about 4 times, never hit that top 8, so it's been hard, you know? The first thing I look for in teammates is their will to win. We could be down 6-0, we could be backs against the wall. As long as you don't give up, then I know you're willing to work hard. The players that I had to play with, I made the best of the situation. I made sure I made them feel like they were welcome. I made sure like they feel safe with me, that we can make things happen no matter what the case is. My word of advice is to not have an ego, so to speak. Be open to playing with whoever asks you to play, as long as you know a little thing about them. Be open to just making the best out of nothing. Only thing that matters is your determination to win. Show people that you really want it. If you really want it, you're gonna go get it, no matter what the circumstances. I've always had a love for this game. I've been playing ranked for years, but I've never knew about the competitive scene. I've just been putting in time just for fun. So that love was always there. And to me, I feel like that's probably what's most important.
Picked off the second one. We told you to look out for this guy with the long shot.
Season 2, my biggest motivation is just holding the trophy. Just show people, it don't matter how long you've been in the scene, anybody could just come in and just scoop it up and just win. My buzz, my name has been going around, and I have been seeing the fear in some of these people when they play me and the way they move different. I want to keep that going. I want to keep showing people why I'm here and why I came in the scene, why I'm making such a big impact in the scene. For all the people that doubted me, for all the pro players that didn't give me a chance, for all the top players that looked the other way, just know I'm coming for it all. I'm coming to win, I'm coming to be the best, I'm coming to take your spot, take your org, take everything you have. That's what I'm coming for.
I am taking your spot. I am taking your org. I'm taking everything you have. How big is it that Era Eternity picks it up on map 2?
They definitely need to pick it up here. After getting a swift 7-0, they've got to start making a comeback. Lift is a map that I've seen them play well on. Hopefully they can put it together, though.
Yes, and we are here at the Mexico City Open. We're getting started on map 2, Era Eternity against E United. I'm going to send this off to Blaze and PR.
All right, PR. We saw in the video, and the one thing me and Mo's looking at each other, he says, I need teammates who, even when we're down 6-0, can fight back and not lose that confidence.
And let's see if he got those teammates here. Even though they did get 7-0'd, you got to win 2 maps.
You do.
So it doesn't matter if you win 1, you win none, you still got, or lose 1 or lose none, you still got to win 2 maps.
And it don't even matter how you do it. I don't care if it's 2 7-6s and it was a dog fight, but you just got to do it. You got to dig deep. And it looks like we're going to have some issues here. That's usually what happens when the team kills come out like that. It's usually going to be some type of issue, but so far so good, and yeah, we'll take care of that.
So the one thing that I definitely loved about that firearm video, he's cocky. He has swagger. He has so much energy. In a game like Gears of War, that plays big. But what does he do for his team?
The biggest thing that Firearm has always done for his team, even when he was on PJJ last year, he's so consistent with the secondary weapons, especially the sniper rifle and the M-bar. He doesn't just play for headshots. He actually tries to lay in the damage and layer in for his team so his team can pick up kills and creating opportunities for picks. It wasn't able to pull that off in the last game, so hopefully that they can find some kind of momentum to get the weapon in his hands.
You know what, Waldo, I'm glad you brought that up. They have Zenon on their team now. He was from Pure, but we knew him as a power weapon player as well, to where there were strats where if Zenon had a sniper and Abexi's had a sniper, they went off. But now you have Firearm in that place. Can it be a better duo?
Well, they technically were a duo when they were on PJJ, so they do have history there. And one of the biggest things that I'm looking for is to see how they equip those 2 support players to help their Slayers kick it off.
Yes, now, E United, we saw how scary they were. They dropped Franco, picked up Lava God Blaze. Is this a new and improved E United, or is it just the same old?
Well, you know what? I'm not going to lie. You know, I've always been a big fan of Franco and what he does. But you know what? Lava, he's a different caliber player, but also at the same time, he brings something different with this group of players as well. Sometimes it's just about, like, it's not that one player is better than others, it's that one player meshes well and has more chemistry with a different team. But I think this United team, which was pretty much formerly Allegiance of the last event, is 20 times better than what they were at Dallas.
Oh, they've come big in Gears Esports lately. Shock, he was a sub for Optic Gaming. He came and he formed this team, and they've been a threat so far. How good is he at what he do, and what makes him so good at it?
Shock, he can lead. He can use power weapons. He can slay. If he has the support, he's that guy that can do a support. We saw him, you know, at one point in the game, he's 10 kills, 11 downs. Shock is so important to this team because he's so versatile. If he wants to let Rezik slay, he can go ahead and support Rezik. If Jerpy wants to get Gully, he can go ahead and do that as well.
I think the other thing that you have to look at is Shock did spend that time on Optic Gaming, and we've all had those conversations behind the scenes. That might have been the most dangerous thing that Optic Gaming did.
Yeah. Benson preaches about it to this day.
he had so much opportunity, and he learned exactly how to team fire correctly and how to play at the highest level. And when you get that opportunity, they take it to the next level, and he's brought it to United.
And so I was a big advocate of not picking up a top player on their team because I think they're also talented. Regardless of who they picked up, they would have been a good squad. And luckily, they didn't have to. They only had to go to one event with Shock, and that was it. And they won that event. But they could have picked up somebody who was so far out the top 16, made him such a great player. But that guy would have never been a threat to him later on down the line.
And I agree. Like, saw it with Lava, the return of Lava.
Yeah.
Now we're getting Shock, and now you got to wonder. Is Optic Gaming onto something here? Maybe they should create academy teams, develop their talent from the inside, and from there. I think it would be a good idea. We see it with the Fable organization here at this event. We see it sometimes, for other organizations. League of Legends, for an example, they have their academy teams as well. If you train your guys in-house, you really don't necessarily have to worry about them, being unloyal or going around and telling your secrets to another team or things like that.
Yes. Now we're going off on Ascension. We're sending it off to Godblaze and PR.
All right, boys, let's get it. All right, we're about to sit here on lift, and I'm ready for it. PR, what should we expect out of both teams to kick this off?
I think there's going to be a lot more teamwork on this map, and you got to think if Air Eternity didn't have it on Impact, they need to somehow find it here because this map doesn't have a true home hill. So every fight on this map is team-related.
It is team-related, and that's how it should be. We usually see a nice little 2v2 fight over there by the home hills, and we see a 3v3 fight trying to fight to control this B hill. Both teams are finally going to break out. It's 4v4 situation. Crushmo looking to get Rezik, but he knows help is coming. So you see the back rows of him trying to stay alive, and I love what he did right there. He takes down Rezik. So, but you're going to see Air Eternity, they're going to lose their home hill in that process as well.
But to me, that's okay as long as you can get into your arcade. Don't worry about decapping or getting the hill. Get into your arcade. You need to get Lava and Chirpy out of there because that is one of the most powerful positions on this map, especially when you're trying for a double home setup. And you see exactly that. Lava, Chirpy, Shock, all slaying them out due to them having that anchor in the arcade.
And nobody's going to be, oh, Firearm, I love it. He was being very, very patient. He was waiting until the rotation came through. But I think he could have been sneaky a little bit longer. I think he showed himself a little bit too soon. Domination coming through. All of E United has to fight on his home hill. It's Lava, it's Jerpy. The first line of defense, and they're going to drop back and give this up to E United.
Good play by Zenin, going in there, getting the anchor. He's actually not stopping anytime soon. He's being really aggressive right now. And even though I don't think it was the right thing to do, especially since you were full red, I do like the confidence in him to be able to do it. And you see Eternity going pushed up at the top rocks, trying to catch Jerpy slipping. He was lancering for just a moment. I want to see Zenin take a little bit of time right there and focus it, but Eternity getting Jerpy and Lava being taken out by a team kill. And this is where they threaten that double home setup for themselves.
And so they're good. They got the pressure. They do need to get Rezik out of the middle, but he's not that much of a threat. They need to make sure they cap A. So that's number one. Get your teammates up. You got to make sure you clear out this fight. You still got a lot of pressure coming through. Misroll by Zenin. That's going to be costly.
Yep, and you see them right now. It looks like United's going to get their home hill back, but the first thing they need to do is get Wildy out of there. You see they're going for Crush Mode. They do get Crush Mode, but I think Wildy's more of the important kill. So they're going to get him. They're going to get Firearm, and that gives them another advantage. And Air Eternity is just not winning any fights. It doesn't matter if it's an individual fight or a team fight. It does not seem like they're winning any of them.
And, I gotta agree with you, PR. It's just been, very grim for them so far. You got E United. They have just had so much pressure on them, and they have not been able to bounce back. And E United's teamwork and what Jerpy just did, that just shows how this whole game has been going on.
How many times are we going to see Jerpy in this position clutching 1v2s? He has like 6 clutch bones in his body. He's putting them all to use right now. As it looks like Wildy's going to have to find one himself. He's going to be taken out. So there goes round 1 of map 2 going to E United. And this is where I think that is the most important power weapon placement.
Yeah. This is the most important power weapon placement of the game. Because you want something big down, and then you want to place little weapons around it. You don't want to start with the little weapons first, because in your mind, you don't want to lose any more rounds. So big placement to come through. I want to see something on maintenance. I want to see something on deck. I don't want you to look at these dual spawns. Do not play like this to start this game.
If you put a dual spawn, you want to put it up at storage. You want to put immediate use.
Yeah, correct.
Exactly what they're doing right here. Oh, see, they're tricking us out, Blaze. They don't want us to know their strategies, and I do like the Bull Talk right here. Bull Talk is one of my favorite weapons, and, coming from Ghost Gaming, I've seen Identivs put that thing to work, and I want to see these guys put it to use just like Identivs would.
And the person who was going to be the user for that weapon on Air Eternity is going to be Crush Mo. All right, so Crush Mo, we'll see what he can do with that. But he's very, very talented with that Boltok. But that's going to be a good weapon to kick this off. And so now going to be on board with Firearm. Looking to get some opening shots. Smokes on the platform. They're going to be patient with this one. Actually, I take that back. Zenon picked up the weapon. It wasn't Crushmo.
Jerpy actually getting a Boltok headshot on Crushmo. So not only do they lose Crushmo, their Slayer, they lose that power weapon, or that pocket pistol, pocket cannon people like to call it, his firearm. To me, he needs to put the aggressive. He needs to try and get this fight. Shock's out of position. You do have the shot lead on him. It's Shock. We've seen him maneuver this before. Is he going to be able to do it again? He does have the help from his team, and Shock again. And we see disrespect coming out of Shock, giving a little bit of Y button to firearm. But
I thought I told you, don't push me.
Even if this is a little bit of disrespect, you got to think that's putting him on a longer. Whoa! Okay, disrespect all the way.
Oh.
I tried to make it nice for him. I tried to explain it a different way, but it is what it is. It's Crash getting in on that one, and it does look like United does have the only hill cap.
Oh, in the hill! He's not having none of it.
United,
and this is just straight disrespect.
United putting on a show for us. Map number 1, say not only are we going to 7-0 you, we're going to disrespect you every second along the way.
They said they're just in a different league at this point. And I can't, you know what? We tried to make a good case for Eric coming into this. But man, I will say this is the toughest match in their pool, folks, okay? This is the hardest one. So if you're an Air fan and they lose this one, it ain't over yet for them. All right, but they do got a deadly world's best gaming who has the crowd behind them in their pool as well.
And you got to wonder what this is going to do to Air Eternity going into that next match as well. You see Crash. I don't know if they know Crash is there, but this could be a huge sneaky play by Crash. Actually, yeah, see, they know he was there. Instead of going up and trying to get that chunk, he's going to go ahead and get the break. He knows he's going to die anyway. He didn't overextend, so he's going to do what he can with a little bit of lifetime that he had left as Crash or Rezik being taken out next.
Big kill.
Yes, it is, and now they need to get lava. This could be big for Air Eternity. This could be a momentum
4 down.
shift.
4 down. They only have 1 hill that they control. I wonder who's closest to B, because they should be able to get C without no issue. Domination coming through, and with all that bad banter, all that bad manner as well. Can Eric come out and tie this up 1-1? 2 members looking to push into this hill. They will get their home hill back, but they still got to fight for it. Firearm, Crushmo falls. Lava with the reinforcements. 3 members, Firearm not able to get a kill, but the support fire from Wildy coming from Arcade should be able to get a few downs. Boltok as well. Era, they need to clean up these kills. They need to get this hill. They need the pressure here. They need all players to defend this.
I'm shocked United is actually still
4
up. Not a single member of United during all of that died. You had Wildy with a Boltok, Zenon with a Boltok. They're putting all the fire down, and they still haven't even broken the hill.
And Wildy had a clear shot, like clear Lancer range at 3 people. Firearm was taking free shots. Zenon had out a pistol, and those 3 members survived, and they regained control of their home hill. And I don't see United winning this round at this point.
It does look like Air Eternity does have a 2-cap. They can pull themselves back into the game, but like I said, the story of this match is Air Eternity just not winning the fights they need to win. They see Shock just with all the confidence in the world. It looks like I'm watching the still member of Optic Gaming here over on United. He's just putting all that knowledge that he learned and all the experience from Season 1 to use right here, and it's just a complete and utter domination from United.
It really is. It's a bloodbath. United with the lead in a 2-hill advantage. They're going to lose 1 hill, but it may be too little too late as long as they have control over B. And we're going to find that out soon. And no, not again. Cover your eyes, folks at home, because this isn't PG rated. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. So not only...
Look at the camera just shaking at the same time.
And you see the ending right there. And I'm looking over on stage at them. You see these guys. They're not up talking trash. They're letting their gameplay do all the trash talking right now for them. And I know, because I did a lot of listen-ins with this team for a course of 2Ks. You see the smile on Shock's face. They are having a good time. And that's something deadly. We see it with Echo Fox. We see it with Optic. And now we're seeing it with United. When you are having a good time, when you are laughing, that makes the game so much more fun, especially when you're putting on this type of a show, dominating the opposition.
You know what? I think if Era was able to get that trip cap after you had so much bad manner, so much disrespectfulness from United, if Era would have won that, they would have got the momentum and energy that they needed to chain together a few rounds. Like, you guys disrespect us like that, we're going to win this round and we're going to move forward. But United, man, they're playing with their food. And we're going to see, is that a sniper or in-bar?
That's a sniper down on Plaid. So now we could have a little bit of a bloodbath going down here on the Plaid side. Usually we don't see it very often, but you see Crushmo and Firearm being the aggressors here. But they do have a flank coming out from somebody on United. That's going to be Shock taking out Firearm. Is he going to be able to get a double kill? He is. So that's 2 kills for Shock. And I already know that symbol means he's getting Y button right there on the side.
Man, I want to snipe against. Woo! That's a bad man. That's a bad man.
Oh,
the crowd is going wild in here for that one.
Here, they are making Air Eternity look like an amateur team.
Oh man, this has been a show by E United, and I'm loving every bit of it. Oh!
Okay, no. Okay, let's calm down for a moment. Let's save the hype. That was shock. That was all shock. Yeah. Even though Rezik is putting on a show, we got to give Shock his credit as well. Crash getting one, Shock getting another. So that's 3 straight rounds in this map. That is 10 straight rounds for E United. They are putting on a clinic. They are not letting up. And you see Jerpy's even smiling, Shock smiling, see Crash smile. This is what you need from a championship caliber team. You not only need to have fun playing the game, you need to have fun dominating.
This is the perfect way to start the day off, especially get the best competition in your pool. And you have people looking at you. You've had smart people out there say that, E United is the kryptonite of Optic Gaming. So, E United out here to put on a show and prove all of those guys right, and also let you guys know at home that they are the real deal, and they are 20 times better than they were from that Dallas event.
I agree with you 100%. We saw that fight happen once with Shock with the flank. What's going to happen again? I'm glad we're on board with Shock, seeing if he can do something different, and he's actually going to push up. Maybe Crushmo didn't expect it, didn't even look at him to shoot. Shock getting that shot and just making Crushmo back up, but it does not look like Rezik's going to be able to get the sniper. I don't even know how Rezik's still up right there.
Yeah. Because, folks, when he's in that position, you can shoot him through the gates. There's little openings on the side of that platform in which he should be free picking. But that smoke, I guess, gave him a good enough smoke screen and some cover for him to get out of there safely. But that sniper is down. Shock, he wants it. He takes out Crushmo.
So Xenon, there was 5 down for a moment, so Xenon's coming from the spawn. They know Xenon's going to come from the spawn, and this should be a triple cap. Xenon, should not have gotten a kill, I don't think, on Lava, but nonetheless, 11 straight rounds and counting for United. Rezik, after every round, getting up, talking his talk, and making sure his teammates are hyped and pumped with him.
I like it. See, this is a serious event, and I think this is going to be one of our best events of the circuit. If you're beating your opponent that bad, if you're kicking their ass that bad, continue to do so. Do not let up. Make a statement, okay?
No reason to switch up anything.
No reason. Just
rounds.
keep doing what you're doing. You see the whole team across the board. Pretty much everybody almost got 10 kills besides Rezik. And Rezik, his sniping has been so good. Actually, you know what? I wish I was still playing because I would love to snipe against him. I love playing against good snipers.
It's usually something like I've seen you do a lot. You want to take on the best competition and prove what you can do, and I think United is ready for that. They want to take on Optic already, but they have to go through Air Eternity first. Crash, Jerpy getting 2 kills, Rezik staying alive for quite a while before being taken down, but that's 3 members dead for Air Eternity on these 18-second respawns. That's not what you need.
I like the play. He went to just Cat B. He went to Cat B, and that Cat, he did it! And the domination came through again. So Rezik was fighting a 1v2. Crash said, you know what, I love you, but I'm going to just go cap the B hill. Our team is winning the fight over there for the home hills. We'll get the trip cap. And even when he got contested with that 1v2 that Rezik had lost, 2 quick headshots, Crash locks that round in for his team.
I would love somehow to get in the minds of Air Eternity and figure out what's going wrong. Besides everything, of course, they need something to get him back into this game. Torque bow top, Ensign's up there, Sniper across at the bottom side of the map. So we're going to see sort of the same initial as you see Jerpy, 11 kills, 16 downs. This man is doing everything the team needs. Slaying.
Slaying, supporting, staying alive, getting those home hills rotations. Jerpy, we don't give the man enough love, but he is one of the most well-rounded players on this entire circuit.
Yep. As I said before, he doesn't get enough credit, but Crushmo right here, they do seem to slow it down right here. They know they're losing plat quite a bit, as you look like a member of United. So that's going to be Rezik going up on that sniper. He's going to pick up the sniper, and Shock's going to be able to escort him out. So that's a huge pickup. After no deaths from this side of the map, they're able to get sniper and get out.
Yeah, the fact is that they got that. I'm surprised they was able to, but Firearm wins that fight, snipes in the hands of Rezik, and Firearm should have pinched him. No! Like Firearm, once he got that kill, he should have immediately looked at Rezik in that corner to make a play. The fact that he almost died there is unacceptable.
See, my question here on this round, not to take anything away from Air Eternity, but was E United getting cocky, or was that a real round from Air Eternity? Because he picked up snipe, something you don't see very often, especially when consistent fights are going down on that plat side. You don't normally see somebody get the snipe, run out, and then attempt to put it to use. Usually you see the fight go down, and then they pick up the snipe.
They're looking real happy for a team that just lost 13 straight rounds. But, hey, at least you didn't get swept. Now we'll see how E United wants to bounce back and see if they're going to turn the heat up some more, like they did the first 13 rounds and closes out, or is Era finally, you know, got that fire lit and they're ready to play?
You see same mirroring strategies for the most part. You're not going to see much change here, especially on the second half with the home hills. It's going to be Crush Mode versus Rezik. Rezik taking position. Crush Mode is full red. Rezik's actually going to be the aggressor. I do like what I'm seeing out of this entire E United squad. They're not scared to take fights. They're not scared to put weapons. They're not scared at all.
And yeah, I like the teamwork as well. Shox calls out his full red. He's going to be calling Rezik as well for him to make that rotation. Firearm picks up a kill. Rezik's coming back in for the cleanup. He knew he connected with that. He's going to stay aggressive with his left hand as well. Now, Firearm, can he stay alive? Yeah. Folks, this is halftime, by the way, so we did get a new set of heals.
We got 10-second respawns all over again, so Firearm could have help coming soon, but he's not able to stay alive long enough. I see No coming out from Rezik, just entirely disrespecting the squad, and he's going to go for a little bit of an up A. He didn't have a shotgun out. He possibly could have got the kill. Crush Mode getting a full red, not able to clean that up, and that seems like it's more so the story of Air Attorney. They're not able to clean up or finish anything.
And I like what Rezik did. Sometimes you just got to run past players. Don't stop and turn for that shot. Run past them. Force them to look two different directions, confuse them, and he ran right past both of those players, turned around, and they look clueless. But Era, they still came out with that fight on top of their home hill, and they're still alive in this round.
Yep, you see Wildy trying to get that game room, but E United already has position on this side of the map, so it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a 3v3 Air Attorney versus E United. Jerpy not taking any shots just yet, but now he's put full red. Is he going to be able to get a kill out of this before he dies? No. So great by Crushmo and another member of Air Attorney to get that without dying. So the 3 members dead for E United. So this is Air Eternity's chance to make a play for their home hill.
Yes, it is. We'll see what they do. That E-Hill will be going in favor of Air Eternity. They have their home hill. They're hopping on their opponent's home hill. Can a domination come through? We have 3 members from E United in the spawn. A lot of damage coming out. They're going to double, triple down that player out. Looking for the next one. Going to clean up that kill. Looking for a third. He's going to assist his teammate. They take out the 4th, and they can push for the domination. Last man up, Firearm.
It's very disappointing to see. They got a little bit too antsy on these early respawns. They know the team's respawning. You have to let them respawn, get that break, stay alive, or don't even get the break. Go for another round of slaying before you try and get that break. With 10-second respawns, the entire team of E United was there to defend their home.
Yes, they were. Now, E United, they're getting pressure. They're actually putting the pressure on them. Now, can they win this fight? They're going to pick up 3 right away consecutively. They can make the play for the home hill. They see where the last 2 members are. Going to secure this E-Hill locked in. You're going to see Shock stay back a little bit, making sure nobody can go over there and contest the E-Hill. Just let the rest of his team cap this hill so they can go match point, but they're being patient. They got to take their time with this Era squad.
And you see the difference between Air Attorney and United when they're going for that triple cap or whatever they're trying to do on the other team's home hill. They took their time. They made sure to get another round of slaying, just like I said, and then they used that. But it does look like Crushmo and another member of Air Attorney are able to break out. Even though they got their home hill cap and the round is over, they were able to break out a little too late. But like I said, you saw the difference between Air Attorney going for a triple cap and United going for a triple cap.
Big difference. Even right there at the end when E United was playing on that home hill and we saw the overhead view of all those Air players coming off a respawn, even if those guys go super wide, you can let them go super wide and still walk in that hill. It's not enough time for them to run to the other half of the map through that B hill to get to your home hill and even make a difference. So we'll see. E United match point. They won the first map 7-0. It's been 14 rounds so far. They've won 13 of them.
Yeah, I really question Air Attorney's weapon placements throughout the entire thing. You know, Chirpy, though. I'm just going to stop what I'm saying. 15 kills.
Yeah, we want you guys to see that.
1 down. But, you know, as I'm saying.
And that's only out of 7 rounds played, too, by the way, folks, which I think is very, very impressive. That's not a match in which we played 12 rounds in this map so far. Only 7 rounds have been played, and with a stat line like that, I think that's fantastic.
Exactly. You see, Jerpy's actually playing this 2v2 side of the map as well, so he doesn't even have as many targets, so he's putting in all the work right now. It does look like 1 fall to Jerpy. They're going to go for a second one on Zine, and then you know, if I'm Jerpy, I'm feeling myself at this point. I'm going for every kill, every fight, but I guess that's what separates E United from me. You know, a 6-1 lead for E United as Firearm does get the sniper in his hand. Is he going to be able to put it to you? So that's the question
is, I do want to hop on board with Firearm as well. I want to see what he can do. We heard him talking that piece how when he hopped on gears, the first weapon that he picked up was the long shot, and I want to see him heat up in this game.
Yep, you see, getting his first shot, not able to really connect with anything. But this is where I expect him to rotate that sniper. And you see him pull out his pistol, so they don't know who has sniper. But I do believe since he was shot right there while switching weapons, they know where the sniper is at. So I don't expect United to get caught off guard here. But, you know, he needs to do something with the sniper. He's the only power weapon on the map at this point, and he does get taken full red off immediately as even that 1v1 against Rezik. Rezik probably knew where he was going. He was probably spotted the entire time.
He was hunting him, you know. And when you're a sniper player for your squad, and it's your job to keep tabs of that, who's picking it up, what character is that person, where they are, and sometimes you got to go hunting for them, you know, because you want the scope back. You want to try to catch them off guard and get it, but also you want to give that intel to your squad as well. Now, on board with Eternity, he's going to be in the arcade, prime position, looking to get some shots in. 2 hills in favor of Era. They've been cold to start off this tournament. They're looking to catch fire. But Eternity, he's in a 1v3. He's going to fall, get it taken out. But now the pressure's coming in from E United, looking to close this out.
Yeah, you see them pushing all the way towards the arcade, and it's something I always say, you want to take that arcade first before anything else. As you see, United does get control of 2 hills, and Wildy over on the other side of the map all by himself. So I do expect them to play for Wildy next and just take their numbers advantage from there. I see Wildy doing everything he can. He does get Rezik forward-pointed. He's going to turn around, go for the other one, but he does get taken out himself. So this is United's chance to slowly close out this round. You have the numbers advantage. Eventually, you're going to be able to win off one. I just don't want you to turtle if you're United. You keep the aggression going on, but if you're Air Eternity, you just need to play for everything at once.
Lava's going to touch the hill. He's going to back it down. Smoke's going to hit the ground as well. Full red gets reinforcements. I'm not sure if this domination will come through. Lava touches it at the end. He knew his teammate couldn't make it there. So now the reinforcements come through. 4 members of E United on this home hill. They will be able to clean up Zen and Crush Mo. He's going to back out, pushing through control room, mid-map, looking to get back with his teammates. We're going to have 3 members fall. Crush Mo, Eternity, the veterans need to hold off until their teammates can respawn.
And as I said, they're catching up little by little. Air Eternity needs to make sure they don't decap any of their own hills or get their hills decapped. They need to make sure they're consistently getting points here. And if you're United, you know you need to at least get a decap or get a double cap.
Now, Will Rezik, he's been a star this whole matchup so far. He's put on a highlight reel and put on a clinic with this snipe. He heard me talking about him, PR.
He said, Blaze, I got one for you right here.
I got another one. I got another one. Just do it through the smoke. Just do it. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
At least a blind fire. Give us something.
Yeah. Just keep put on a show for us. Now looking to close this out. Can't connect with that shot.
They can't close out these rounds, and we're going to see it again. Unable to close out these rounds as E United take that one 7-1 over Air Eternity. So that's a 2-0 lead. You know, you got to question Air Eternity. Were they even playing?
Yeah, and like you said, that is a real question because it was so difficult for those guys.
The energy here at the Gears Pro Circuit Mexico City Open is unmatched. Waldo. Okay, we saw some disrespect earlier in that match. Okay, can we hate E United for that, or can we? Do they deserve that type of confidence?
They were playing the perfect game, and here's the real key that they did. At no point was United pushing stupid fights. They were never trying to go in. They waited for all the smokes to go out. They waited for everything else to clear, and then they went in and fought the opportunity. They weren't trying to push in, and they just kept baiting whoever the front spawn player was into terrible fights. And every time that they did that, it completely crushed Air Eternity's momentum for the first half of the round.
Shut down whatever strategy they had.
Oh, definitely. We saw plays such as the bait and switch. We saw great rotations, team fire. What makes E United so good as a whole?
I think it's just their teamwork, exactly that. They're so selfless. They have players that are willing to do whatever is needed to win.
Yeah, so E United, they won their first game of the day, their first pool play game of the day. We're going to send this over to the main stage. With
All right, guys, we have Rezik here from E United, man. What the heck, man? You guys did not come in soft. That was some serious domination, no holding back. Who would you say was your MVP in that matchup?
I would say all of us. I mean, we all play as a team, and we came together, and we were just communicating very well, and we were doing a lot of crossfire for each other, so it made things easier for all of us. So.
Well, congratulations, man. Can't wait to see the next matchup. Guys, don't go anywhere. We have some more at the feature station here. So, casters, take it away.
How can you not love Rezik?
I don't know how you can't love that entire team after that performance.
Yes, Blaze, you're the resident king sniper here, okay? What did you see from Rezik that you like with it?
every shot that he took, he had confidence, right? That's one thing I say about when it comes down to sniping. If the easiest shots are the hardest shots, also do not overthink it.
Yeah.
See your target, get your flow, take that swipe, and connect with it. And after constant, so many games and so many hours playing Gears of War, that movement becomes second nature to you. And I could tell with Rezik, it was very much like a second limb, like he spawns with the weapon and he has it all the time. And he was so relaxed with it, and he shot every shot with confidence, and they connected it, and he put on a clinic, and it was something great to see.
That was a tough loss that we saw from Era Eternity. PR, if you were to give them any advice at all, what would it be?
Just go back to basics, essentially, because we see them time and time again, as I was saying, they're making a lot of solo plays, they're getting caught off guard by themselves, and they're not resetting at any moment. They're just continuing, okay, my teammate died, I'm going to go in and try and make a play. Oh, my teammate died, I'm going to go in and you need to reset. Hide somewhere. Hide and spawn if you have to. Hide. Yeah. Get 5 up and then make that push as a team, because if you don't, that's going to happen, especially going against a team like United.
Yes, we saw a quiet one on that team, Jerpy. He had, about 17 kills and over 20 downs? How important is it for a player on a team like that to be such a great support player?
Jerpy has been consistent since he was on the Legions last season. He's not he doesn't talk trash. He's very consistent at what he does. If he has a secondary weapon, he's always shooting for his teammates. There's never a question. You're not like, oh, what's Jerpy doing on the side of the map? If he has to take a 2v1, he will, but he is always shooting for his team. He's marking the players out and making the effective call-outs.
Selfless.
Yes. So what can we see from E United in the rest of this tournament?
We're going to see big things. That was the hardest matchup of their pool. Don't get me wrong, they're going to have a scary World's Best Gaming that we were hoping to see in Dallas, but we couldn't because of visa issues. But also World's Best Gaming, this whole crowd has their back and Rona's back. So that's going to be a good test for E United later on. But that's also going to be a feature station match as well. We won't see that on the main stage. But so far, E United's looking good, and they're looking like they want to be in these finals.
Like I said earlier, E United was the only team to beat Optic Gaming in Dallas. I mean, can they bring that heat here in Mexico City, Waldo?
I don't know. United looks really strong right now. I'd be really scared if I was anybody else coming out of those pools, wondering, United's coming out with a dominant fashion.
So just want to let you guys know that currently on your screens is going to be a Ghost Gaming versus Fable matchup, in which we just saw, is that Ghost Gaming, I believe?
I do believe it's a Ghost Gaming 7-3 victory.
I believe so.
So Ghost Gaming 7-3, and we don't know the map cycle of that one, but Speedy 29, Rushy's 25, Identis 20. That's what we want to see out of this team.
Yeah, shout out to Ribs right there. Always with the least time dead out of everybody on Ghost Gaming.
Yeah.
And that's something that he brings to this squad that you don't normally see from these players. They're playing their lives so well, and that's something that I think Jordan Ribeiro is bringing to this team perfectly. He's kind of like that glue. If everyone's getting slayed out, he's somewhere. He's ready to get that last second break. He's ready to stay alive that second longer and bring his team back into it.
Yes, and I just got news that was actually the last map. Ghost Gaming will advance in their pool undefeated. Identim's joined that team, Ribs joined that team. They've been making moves. Guy Blaze, how good is Ghost Gaming looking today?
Oh, Ghost Gaming looking great. That's the matchup in which you want to win. That's the matchup in which you want to take. As you guys can see, our beautiful Mexico City crowd.
Look at the size of the crowd.
We got a lot of people off to the sides watching the feature station matches as well. I do believe that all those seats will be filled for our finals. Oh. This is gonna be one of the craziest Gears of War events I've ever been to.
Okay, so you guys hyped Mexico City before I can.
Did it live up yet?
Okay, this is my first Mexico City event, and one thing I will say, this is by far the best event I have ever gone to.
Yeah.
Hands down, hands down. And you know what I love? Okay, we just saw Ghost Gaming play. Identim, he was like a movie star.
Yeah.
He was signing autographs, taking pictures. I mean, it's nice. I mean, as a caster, do we get that kind of shine too?
I know Blaze does.
You know what? Hey, they show me a lot of love out here, and I show these guys a lot of love as well. And I really, this is my favorite stop out of the whole year. And I would say the next closest one was our Vegas last year event. But no, this one tops it. Like, nobody can contest with Mexico City, in my opinion.
And you know what's amazing about this? It's not just players coming to play. Parents, friends, people that don't even play the game. They love Gears of War. I love it. I want to see more of this in the States. I want to see more Mexico events.
And I also tell a lot of people that when it comes down to esports, when you look at esports and you look at regions, right? You can see some other games dominating some other regions. But for the Latin American region, Gears of War is the dominant esport in this region. And I don't care what nobody says.
Yes, right now we're looking at the Gosu crew going against Fable Esports. PR, I know you know a little bit about the Gosu crew. What pops out at you when it comes to that team?
This team is just full of players who don't get any credit. I usually say not enough. They don't get any credit. You know, Soto multiple times being replaced, even though he wasn't the issue on his team, and then he finds himself on this Gosu squad with, you know, with Pell, former champion of the New York City land with Optic Gaming. He's with, I do believe, I actually forget who else is on the squad.
Yeah, I always forget about, like, yeah, Pell was with him. Like, we could count Pell as like a member of Optic.
Yes.
You know, we've always said 7, but nobody can forget what Pell. Apologies. Nobody can forget what Pell did to Ghost in New York.
Yeah, so Pell did put on a show. Don't exactly know which players were watching here, but I do believe with a 4-1 lead and you know, Embar in hands taking him out, this could be Craze. Craze is somebody I know who is really good with the Embar, but that's just making a guess based off my knowledge.
Yes. Now, there's a lot of UK players. They want to make a name for themselves. They want to let NA know that they're on the map. Craze, as one of those players, how good is he?
Craze was ultra dominant last season. He was one of the best players in Europe. We said it multiple times, and just watching when they were on Epsilon. Just what he was able to do when he had power weapons in his hands and how he approached the initials was very impressive. And he's gained a lot of respect across the entire United States circuit.
Yes.
So, yeah, we don't know. Do we know which team is which?
I have no clue.
I do believe one of them might be DZ, and I don't really know who's on that roster. I do believe it's a European team, though.
But didn't we just watch Fable play Ghost Gaming?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we just watched Fable play Ghost Gaming. So, Gosu is not playing Fable.
Yeah, that's coming up next.
That's the match coming up next. Okay, cool. But we don't know exactly what we're watching, correct?
Now, one more on the Gosu.
We don't know what we're watching.
Okay. Waldo, I know you're a huge fan of Pell. You call him support player Pell. He had over 20 downs. He had a Cinderella story in Dallas. How important is it that a player that young keeps up that type of momentum?
Okay.
So we're watching Fatal Ambition versus DZ.
DZ is that European squad, though. I know that one for sure.
Okay, cool. And Fatal Ambition is a Latin American team.
So we got two non-North Americans.
Two non-North American teams.
Latin American versus European right here.
Because technically we're the international. North American teams are international teams of this event.
No home field advantage over here. But to answer your question, I think one of the things with young players like Pell, just overall having a good performance and being consistent online, and then coming to a LAN event and being consistent, and having one of your highest placings ever, it puts so much stock into you. When we're talking about investing in the players, you have to show up to these events. You have to come and show up on LAN. You're not just going to make a name for yourself sitting in your living room at home. If you come to a LAN event and you do really well, people are going to notice you.
Exactly. Yes. Look at players like Mental, Explosive, even Solars on Echo Fox, even, you know, these Ghost Gaming guys, they made a name for themselves. They weren't picked up on any high-profile teams. They made their teams. Optic Gaming is comprised of people who made themselves in what they wanted to be. In almost a similar situation with Echo Fox, where, you know, Kyle, Toy, and Solars, even Praise that first wasn't given enough respect.
It's pretty funny. When we look at 2K's game battles and online tournaments, a lot of people say, oh, you're an online player, you're an online player. You know what? This is your chance. You come to LAN and you make a name for yourself. DeFazio made a believer out of me last event.
Well, DeFazio made a believer out of us when we were in Montreal and we saw him play. And it's when we've seen so many different players, and you've played the game for 10 years, you know who that person is.
You know who got it, right? Yeah. Who got the juice. Well, and just to piggyback on what Waldo said, that Montreal event in which me, him, and Ben was at, and DeFazio was the star of that event. And that's also when we saw Colin as well. It was like him and Colin at that event really showing up and put on a clinic and just put on a highlight reel and just showing us what they was made of. And ever since then, we knew from that point that DeFazio, he had the juice, and he has what it takes to be a top player on any team.
And it just was a matter of time. It's taking that time and getting yourself on the good teams and building the synergy and building the chemistry and learning what you need to do from the veteran leaders in the community. And DeFazio's done that, and now he's on Vanquish, and we're hopefully going to get to see them later today.
I'm glad you brought up that point.
Well, I would say there was a moment in time DeFazio was thinking about leaving for Call of Duty as well.
No way.
And it was I think briefly before Season 2 started, or his first Dallas event, he was like, you know, I'm going to Call of Duty. Next thing you know, he's with that 88 Chambers squad that in Dallas made a name for themselves. He's like, nah, I'm not going to Call of Duty. I'm staying here at home. You know, Gears of War.
Once you start playing Gears of War and you develop that love for it, there's no way you can leave. You can never quit Gears, you know? But speaking of DeFazio and Pell, I mean, they were part of our Cinderella team in Dallas. Waldo, you said it's important that teams stick together and get better together. Does it hurt your soul a little bit when you see teams break up?
Every time. Every time. Because the worst part is that we've known these players for years. And so we're invested in their personal stories, in how they play the game, how they're developing as players and as teammates. One that hit me in the chest was the one where Fire and Ice decided to drop Zenon after they had worked all that time on the synergy. 888 Chambers breaking up. It really starts hitting you where if you see it in the other rosters, they're all consistent. All the top teams have been together for a longer period of time, and they're just getting better. Look at EU United. That Allegiance roster had 4 members, and all they did was add lava. And look how dominant they've just looked.
You know, it's pretty funny. I was watching the ladies of Fire and Ice play, and somebody told me, you know, it's important that these teams stick together because it's apparent that these teams get better along the way. It builds maturity. You know, teams fight, couples fight, friends fight. But what makes them better and stronger is by, you know, getting through that, learning how to communicate, and you grow from there.
Yeah, well, hold on. Is this Gears Mexico? Is this Steve Harvey show? What is it? Trying to drop knowledge, intel, bell, everybody, give you guys relationship advice, and I agree with it. I'm all about it. You know, in those power couples and those power teams are the ones that can stick through thick and thin, communicate, and get through those tough times, everybody, all right? You guys get life lessons and relationship advice as well here at Gears Esports.
Wait, Blaze. You and I played way back then, about 100 years ago. Okay, the Insanes. How bad were they at first?
Oh, the Insanes were terrible.
They were awful.
Like, Insanes were, like, honestly, god-awful. And I'm actually giving you a lesson about confidence as well. Let me tell you this. Because back in when I was playing those early days, Insanes, like, they were all right, but they wasn't that good. But I used to beat up on them in scrims and everything.
All the time.
So even though they were, like, champions of events and they had a national championship, even when I played against them, I still felt like I was the king of the couch. I didn't care who they were, and we always had close matches. They always went down. Actually, every time I played them, besides one time, our series went to Game 5.
The last round, all the time.
Yeah.
I've always lost to them in the last round on the last map. It killed me.
And that's it just shows the confidence, and that's something that Optic Gaming has against everybody, is that confidence. And when you go against teams like that, you have to not have no fear. When you go into that match, you have to have no nerves going into those matches, because when you have that, you've made it so much difficult for yourself, and the tables are already stacked against you.
And that's something I've seen changing here. You know, like I stated, you know, earlier on in the broadcast, you know, teams in Season 1, they were scared to put certain weapons down, scared to make certain plays.
Why?
But that's exactly what it is. Now we're seeing the confidence in these players, win or lose. I'm going to play my game, and that's what I'm going to stick to. And that's something we need to see from more of these teams, not just, you know, our top 3, top 4, top 5 teams.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Okay, so the Insanes, they were winning championships, they were winning events, but online during scrims, we'll tear them up. We see pro teams in this game. They get the work in scrims, but do they break up after that? That's the difference between pro teams and teams.
So I also want to say I like the new rule in which came into place, in which that teams they have to retain 4 members to keep that seed if they have one, especially for full play spots. And we've seen that United just swapping out that one, Allegiance swapping out that one member, how much of a change it's made in them. So we're going to also see that with Vanquish this event, with that one swap out, and seeing what DeFazio can do for them as well. So I think we're going to see a lot more competition this event and a lot better gameplay. I think the other thing that you have to add is that
brings a whole in-game leadership and shot calling.
Redo your point, because cut out. Yeah, I'm going to call it.
So one of the biggest things that you can look at is Vanquish needed a shot caller, and they were kind of struggling in some of their matchups, and they had an easier pull in Dallas. Picking up DeFazio, who's an in-game shot caller, which is also a rarity in Gears of War. There are very few people that can do it on a high level and do it well through the entire match and keep their cool. That is a rare trait to find, and he's that diamond on that team that can actually excel them forward, because you have someone who's keeping their composure even when they're losing rounds. They can pull stuff out.
Well, yeah, so you're right about that, Waldo. For whatever reason it is, they do that. And, you know, they come out with that stuff as well, and they're able to come out with those advantages. But, you know, PR, when it comes down to those matchups and when it comes down to players like that, how can you, like, spot a player like that out of a big group? You know, what are qualities that you're looking for when you're looking for that in-game leader?
Basic number one thing in my opinion is, or number 2, tied for number 1, I guess, is composure and in-game knowledge. That's 2 of the biggest things that we need for these in-game leaders, because you need to know what's going to go on around the map. That's the in-game logs. You need to know what the next play is, expected to be, and then you also need to have that composure, because if your in-game leader is freaking out and not basically being that rock that the team can lean on, that's something that you just need to think about replacing.
It really is. And see, the thing is that you have different in-game leaders. You have emotional leaders for your team, and you have in-game leaders that actually call out those shots and see what's going on. But now, Waldo, tell me how important this is, because I've always been a big advocate that even if your in-game leader is not the best skill-wise on your team, he still should be playing in one of those front three spots. Why is that? Because
you're able to see the fight, and also playing usually where you sit in the map, and especially in the matchup, you can sit and see the monitors behind you, so you need as much information. When I play, I love being able to see the map and call where the rotation is and know where the numbers are, because it helps make the decision-making for the players that don't call out. You can be that person that's guiding the team, playing like a general. You don't have to have the highest mechanical skill. Now, there are that rare occurrences. We talk about Explosives from Optic Gaming, who's insane, but you can just work the map and understand, like, I understand where they're going to be going. This is the rotation that we need to do, or this is where we need to rotate our pressure so that we can move around the map.
Also, a big thing is, too, is that you hope that your front spawn, which is usually typically your main slayer, you hope that he's a vocal guy and it's not all skill. The simple reason is that he is the first one to see if a smoke comes short, if they throw a deep smoke, where the breakdown happens. Because everybody is spawning at the same point. Each team has the same amount of distance to the objective in which you're trying to control. So let's say on a map like Foundation, if your front spawn and your opponent gets to the area before you, but you're hitting your up A, something's not right. It's an issue happening. Rather, maybe you're too slow, he's doing something different, but you have to be able to peek that out and see the small little things that are changing around for your opponent.
Yeah, people don't understand, like, especially with your front spawn, those up A's are so crucial, especially, you've seen Mental last season switch to alternate just to keep up with Fran. It's that kind of difference, that 1 second difference, that millisecond of difference is going to decide whether either you're stunned or you're chunked or you're full red or down. That is the huge difference, and that's what a lot of people, don't understand. There is so many split-second decisions and calls and communication things that need to happen that don't necessarily happen to these lower tier teams that we see from Optic Gaming, Echo, Ghost, United, and that's something that these teams need to catch up with.
Well, even if you're looking at it as a whole, we're talking about, like, Escalation is a game of miles. Like, it's game of inches. You understand every little decision that you make can have a massive impact on the rest of the game that you guys are playing. So you need to be aware of, they cleared 3 smokes. Oh, they're coming back to us. We know that we can make a push because they can't defend it now. They can't slow us down. They can't hinder us.
Yes, now we're going to see the Ghost Crew go against Fable next. What can we expect from that matchup?
Oh, man, you know what? So when it comes down to it, Gosu actually, not Gosu, sorry, Fable said that Gosu was going to be some of their toughest competition in the pool. And I said, over Ghost? And it was like, we're not discrediting Ghost, but Gosu is very good. And during the pool draw, I actually had Hudson's DM me. It was like, I appreciate that. I appreciate that pool for us. Thank you very much. We needed that. And so Gosu, their team that's looking to make that change, and they made their slight roster change as well, but they're looking to make a statement. And Fable, they got 2 new slayers on their team with Marsh and Crimsons, I believe, and we're going to see what they're made of as well.
Now, the funny thing about the Ghost Crew, okay, the org owners actually came up to me, and they said, Veli, we want to put together a team that's actually going to stick together in the long run. Okay, we want a team that's going to last. They picked up Hudson's, you have Soto and Pell. How good does that team look on paper, and how do you think that they'll do growing as a unit?
I think overall they're very good in the support area. They have a lot of the good tools to team fire for each other. And it comes down to how do they put the mechanic and how they craft their Slayers out of that. Because if they're putting in damage, it means the Slayer's job is that much easier. So their Slayers should be putting up big numbers in every one of their matchups.
Yes, PR, do you believe that a team can be made up of a lot of support players and not a strong Slayer in sight?
In other Gears titles, I would say yes, but not to say like Demo's right with the Game of Goons thing, but if you can't use your shotgun at least, average, decently above average, your team isn't going to succeed.
If it was Gears 3, sorry, man, it's weather. If it was Gears 3, then yeah, maybe something, a game with a lot of stopping power like early Gears 2, but you need at least one goon to rock that front spine and break ice for you.
If you're going in, getting all the downs for your team, you don't have that Slayer, that guy. It's just people on the ground down. They're gonna get their revives. You need somebody to go in there, hit those little movement shots, and then just go ahead and just chunk them.
They need a goon. Yep. They need a goon. Okay, so Fable being a team from overseas, they look at Americans like, okay, you know what? We need to show them that we're better than them. Is this a grudge match in a way? Like, do they have a lot to prove in this matchup?
I think they have a lot to prove because they want to be the best team in Europe again. Yeah. We were having a conversation, me and Benson were sitting down there talking to him before the matches started today, and Phelpsy doesn't even want to talk to Ben until he places top 4. Yeah. They are completely done. They were so mad that Supremacy ended up taking that spot because they wanted to prove themselves. They were that top team in Europe all last year, so it's a really big letdown to not be in that place.
Supremacy is the real deal.
Oh, no, they are.
I think this matchup's kind of like polar opposites for a way. We got a team comprised of mainly support players, and on the flip side with Fable, we got a team comprised of just Slayers, and that was their problem in Season 1. Ghost and Fable, and that's the problem in Season 1. They didn't have that team. They didn't have the overall rotations, and everything needed to be a complete team, but they had the slaying power. Now with a coach maybe to call the shots from behind the scenes, you're seeing all 5 TVs or monitors, maybe this is what they need. They need that coach to make the shot calls to make them use their teamwork.
I agree with that.
Blaze, you're a huge advocate of that roster having a coach. Why did you always recommend that to them?
Well, so my biggest thing, and they do have a coach, is their former teammate Ash, which I think is great.
Is such a good pick.
And they had him at, I believe, Vegas as well last year. They brought him in, so he's back in the mix. But escalation, it's 5v5, right? First Gears game where it's 5v5, typically it's 4v4. But there's a lot of moving pieces going on. There's a lot of things going on between different players that need to be communicated, that need to be stressed. Also, at the same time, the game, the points, when you're controlling 2 hills, you don't get 2 points.
No.
You get 1.5, all right? So you need somebody, you need to be able to do that math yourself, but you also need somebody to be able to take a second look at that as well. And they do so much because usually some teams may have mutes. Yeah. A guy who, like me personally, I didn't realize this like later on in my career. I tried to be this in-game leader, but I realized when I played with players like Bobby Rice, like he could be the in-game leader, and I could just sit on the end and focus up and just slay and put myself in a good position.
Yeah. Shout out Bobby Rice. One more time.
Yeah, shout out to Bobby Rice. Okay, that man drove me to so many events on the East Coast, so many hyper stations. Yeah, we've done our road trips.
College Vengeance.
Yeah, we did a road trip before as well. But it's good to have that guy to be able to call out for that, so that one player can focus up, because that's probably when he's at his best.
Yes. Okay, coaches are important, but also besides the coach, how important is it to have a top-tier in-game leader?
It's incredibly important. I can't harp on it enough. You have to have someone who can look at all the information that's being given out to you. They have to know who has what, where the power weapon is, how they're doing the rotations, how they're playing the map, where they're going to be going next, and then you have to know, oh, their spawn timings, how many points do we have? There's so much information that you have to have and calculate into what your next move is that it's a lot, especially in Gears. Being an in-game leader in Gears, that's why there's so few.
Okay, you know what? What we're looking at right now, I just got really happy. On the left, you see Jack Reaction, okay?
Yep.
Well, he was known as one of the best EU players ever.
He has a shot named out of him. You guys ever heard us say the reaction shot? It's because of Jack Reaction.
Got that right. How important is it to have a player like him this early in the tournament?
He's an incredible Slayer. You can't take it away from his history. Jack Reaction has a
He's
story
also
career.
smart, too.
He's a great veteran. His IQ is...
And another thing, an in-game leader is he holds people accountable for their mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't just brush it off. He makes sure people know on his team that they made a mistake, but he also shows them what to do better. And I think that's another quality a lot of these lower-tier in-game leaders try to do. They try and make their corrections or point out the mistakes, but they never point out or tell what they can do better.
And I do want to say that, we saw the 2 members, Sam and Rage, that got dropped from Fable. They're actually going to be playing on his DZ roster. Also,
so Reaction he was on that team too.
He was on that team as well.
When they first started for Gears 4.
Oh, well, no, I'm talking about after Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that dropped, yeah. So, both those players have played with, all these players have played with Crazed and Phelpsy as well. But I also want to say at Gears Mexico, this is the event with the most European teams that we've had, I think, in the last 2 seasons. And we have 7 European teams, 6 or 7. 6 I know for a fact, but it may be 7 European teams. because it's a lot cheaper for them to travel to Mexico than it is the States, to be honest with you. And they showed up this event.
Oh, you know, it's a lot cheaper, you know, if you place in the top for EU, so you can travel anywhere for free. It's really nice to see. But speaking of in-game leaders, I kind of want to go back to that, okay, because my favorite is franchise. I like leaders that are accountable for their own mistakes as well, and that can help their team be better by leading by example.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I think the one thing that Fran does well is he looks at the map and he understands you, as a leader, you have to be able to not only tell your team flaws, but admit your own faults. Because you're not perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody is not playing on the highest level at all the time. And sometimes you make a bad decision, and if you make a bad call as an in-game leader, you just need to take responsibility for it and move forward from it. A lot of players are just going to be like, my call was right, you guys just executed it wrong.
We see that so often with AM teams and semi-pro teams. They don't want to take accountability because everyone wants to be the best.
Right.
Right. But how important is it to just man up and say, you know what, I messed up. Let's change this up. Let's do this. I'm going to show you how to do this way, rather than pointing the finger and blaming people.
Yep. And to me, that's something like a lot of people just fail at doing better.
Yes.
They want to point out somebody else's mistake, but as soon as somebody points out your mistake, you're defending it, you're making an excuse, you're trying to figure out why it happened other than you just simply made a mistake. Here's how to fix it, and then here's how you continue on. And that's something that needs to get better from everyone in Gears of War esports.
Well, there's another point on this, and this is why an analyst desk and having analysts in the scene is so important, because we don't exist in a realm of where there's an opinion. It is black and white on the screen in front of us. We're seeing the gameplay, we're seeing the mistakes, we see the misrotation, and it's on broadcast for you to go watch back for. We're giving you the information. You just need to realize, yes, you made the mistake in the rotation that's cost your team the game. Sometimes you need to learn from that mistake, go back and realize what your thought process was in how you got there.
You know, Waldo, I appreciate you in this desk. I like having analysts. You know, it's good to have someone actually dedicate time to look into the game. Teams, are they supposed to be looking into the game as well? Film study, PR? You used to coach those gaming. Did you guys do any of that at all?
For the most part, we did almost part of our schedule almost every day. And that's the thing people don't realize as well is you need to watch more so losses than wins. A lot of people like to watch their wins. They like to watch their clutches. They're good. Watch the bad plays. Watch what you can do better. Exactly. Watch you lose a 7-6. Rewatch that one over again. That's 13 rounds where you can learn every single round on how to do better.
Yes, Waldo. Have you ever sat down and just watched footage at all?
I sit down and watch footage quite a bit. I don't watch a lot of the online 2Ks, but I do when the players are scrimming. I do sit down and watch the scrims. I listen to their comms, kind of getting the picture of what the actual atmosphere on the team environment is like. I think Gears Esports is going to evolve at some point where there's going to be team houses, and that's going to create more roles for analysts, because that's another thing.
Yeah.
If you're in your home, you're comfortable, and you need to be in an environment where you've got to learn to trust your teammate, not only as a teammate online, but in a house, in a living situation, because it's going to help you in-game anyways.
It will, and our top 3 teams, they have that luxury.
They
do. Echo Fox has their facility in which they can go to and they get those players out there. Optic, they're all in Dallas now. You know, they all have their apartments, their facilities in which they're next to each other. They can play, and then also Ghost Gaming has the Ghost Gaming House in which they can do the same thing and get those boot camps in pre-event.
And you know, what we can talk and speculate about United now. I mean, that's a performance online. What happens if that team actually is able to play together all the time?
Yeah, true. At least 2 weeks before the event, a week before the event, I think it is so much for them.
I mean, it speaks volumes. When you look at these top teams play, I mean, let's take Shock, for instance. He played with Optic Gaming. Do you think that once he left them, he sat down and said, you know what, these are their rotations, this is how they play, let's incorporate that into our gameplay? It's so important to look at what these top teams do and try to mimic it, and not only that, but also how to break that.
Well, I think the biggest thing is Shock playing with Optic is he learned how to recognize where you're making mistakes and how to correct them. And he's brought that over to United where they're actually playing rotations and baiting out fights. So they definitely can do that. So I'm definitely, it's a huge impact of him just being on Optic and then rotating over, because he's able to, just seeing those mistakes and taking them over has been impressive in itself.
Yes. There's a lot to learn about this game. Of course, Gears of War is a pretty game. It's gory. It's fun to run around and just kill people all day. But it takes time to actually sit down and learn setup, stress, team shooting. We see what Kenny does. What does Kenny do best for his team?
Kenny's that support player. We've seen Kenny evolve. We get a lot of people that don't really know what goes on inside of these teams, right?
Yes.
We see people like blame Kenny for certain things, but they don't realize Gears 3 Kenny is still there. We've seen him when Pell was the sub.
Kenny,
we've seen him go off time and time again. He's that guy that he doesn't care to be the star of the team.
I'm going to be honest with you. If Optic had to all do like a 1v1 tournament, all 5 members on the team, I think Kenny will kickstart their ass. I know Kenny is like the smartest and most talented player on that team.
Yes, so again, I'm excited to be here at the Gears Pro Circuit, Mexico City Open. We'll see you guys soon after this commercial break.
We located the hostage on the 2nd floor. On my go. 3, 2. Jimmy, what are you doing?
What? You guys know I farm on Tuesdays.
4-player co-streaming on Mixer.
We located the hostage on the 2nd floor. We all go in together. Copy. On my go. 3, 2. Jimmy, what are you doing?
What? You guys know I farm on Tuesdays. This alfalfa's not gonna water itself.
4-player co-streaming on Mixer.
Seriously? You know, you don't have to help.
Interact with your favorite streamers on Mixer.
Seriously? Again with the car keys? You know, you don't have to help.
Interact with your favorite streamers on Mixer.
Best day ever. Maybe I'll try to open this one first. What do you think?
We're gonna start with this one.
Another one.
Happy birthday!
Come on in. Okay, seriously, enough with the pace.
And chicken.
Interactive Minecraft streaming like never before. Only on Mixer.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for the follow there.
39 chill.
Mic check one. Mic check.
View and stream your favorite games on the Mixer mobile apps.
Welcome back, everybody. How are you guys feeling out there? All right, well, it's time for our second matchup of the day, and we have two teams here that are gonna battle it out, so it's time to introduce them. You guys ready? There you go. Wake up! It's time for some gears. All right, first up, we got the Gosu crew. Next up, we got Fable Esports. Give them a round of applause. Come on, guys.
Here. All right. Big.
All right, well, I'm going to start it off with you, Soto. I know you guys have a lot of changes that have been happening. You people kind of consider you guys the leftovers. I know that's probably not the nicest thing to say, but there's a lot of things that you guys have gone through as a team, and you have a lot to prove. What do you feel your team is going to do to prove here in Mexico City?
Well, we've been a team for about 2 weeks, and I feel actually very, very confident in everyone in my team.
Can you always hear him?
I actually feel more confident now than I went into Dallas, and I had a really good team in Dallas, so I feel like I have a better team now.
All right, Crazed. You guys were known as one of the best European teams out there, and now you guys are here in Mexico City. What kind of changes have you guys made to prove yourselves here today?
Basically, we've just been practicing against the US teams to just see how they play, and obviously we've replaced Marsh, got Marsh and Krem instead of Jay and Sam, and they've got such a better slaying power than they do. So we actually have a lot more chemistry. We've been playing against the US teams, so we know how they play now, and we actually feel very confident coming to this event.
All right, well, you guys heard it. Shake hands. Let the best team win. Guys, we're going to throw it to casters to tell us what's up.
Season 1 for our team, we had a lot of ups and downs. Like, we consistently placed like top 12, top 8, like every event. This season, like, we're hopefully trying to like break like top 4, top 6.
I can hear Spanish. I hear Spanish.
I feel like what makes our team unique to other European teams is we have really good chemistry. Like, I played with Phelpsy for 4 years, so I've got like so much chemistry with him. And then Hydron, like, as well, I've played with him for years as well, so I feel like chemistry is a big part of like why we're so successful in Europe. The skills I want other teams to notice is basically our communication like has really improved this season. We really want to like focus on our rotations, our communication, and really just playing as a team overall.
The Gosu crew going against Fable. Deluxe, what can you tell us about the Gosu crew?
I mean, they're kind of a mashup team a little bit. We know Yogurt and Hudson's coming back from the old Gosu crew, but we have Pell and we have Soto, who are kind of like a duo now. Soto's kind of the mentor for Pell, one of the big upcoming players here in Season 2. So I'll be curious to see if they have enough chemistry to come out here today and make a big impact.
Now, we see some familiar faces on Fable. We see the duo, Craze and MV Phelpsy, MVP. Fallout, what can you tell us about that team?
Yeah, Fable squad making a big roster change as from the last event. First time they made a roster change in a very long time, of course, when they played as the Epsilon squad. Yeah, I'm glad they did it. I think it was long overdue. Your definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Well, they changed it up. I like their roster change. They pick up Crimsons and, of course, Marsh, who are two pure slayers. I'm excited for this roster.
Yes, now who on that team really stands out to you?
In my opinion, Crimson's is really easily, yeah, you could say Craze, you could say Phelps, that's the easy answer. Crimson's is, in my opinion, top 3 player in Europe right now. He has burst out of nowhere as a top player. I'm excited to see what he can do.
I mean, it might be the easy answer, but Craze, man, does some amazing things, shows up every event, especially on land, so it might be the easy answer, but I still got to go with Craze on that one.
Yes, and as we see now, the map bans and picks are starting off on Foundation, Impact, and Reclaimed. If we have to go to a tiebreaker, Cleaner, what can we expect on Foundation?
You know what, Foundation, we see it a lot. We have had some mix-up in this tournament so far today. You know, Gosu last time in Dallas, they performed pretty well on Foundation. You know what? They have the shot callers. They have the talent. I am interested to kind of see how, you know, that dynamic Pell and Soto, how they're going to interact and how they're going to kind of complement each other's play style. I think it's going to be a good matchup.
The two New York goons between Pell and Soto, and the two Bronx kids. I like it.
Okay, so I want to have some fun. The first game of the day, we were 2 for 3. Blaze was wrong.
Sounds about right, honestly. Sounds about nice.
Okay. Let's go through some predictions. What do you guys expect from this game?
You know, everyone I've talked to is saying 2-0 Gosu crew, and they're saying 14-6. I think we're going to see a Game 3. I think it's going to be 2-1. I think Gosu's going to take it, but I do think Fable's going to force a Game 3 there. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people are realizing.
Well, just talking to the Gosu guys, they seem really confident coming in. Of course, we have Fable coming off a loss to Ghost Gaming, so they're kind of, you know how you can get that demoralized state, so it'd be cool to see if they can come back here and rebound. But I'm going to go 2-0 Gosu crew.
Cleaner, who do you think is going to take this game?
You know what? I'm gonna have to. I might have to go with the Gosu guys.
The Gosu guys, the NA team.
We'll say 2-1.
Okay. Well, a lot of people, you know, you cannot sleep on the EU team, especially Crazy and Phelpsy. And as Fallout said, Crim. We don't want to go the easy way out. But I'm really excited. We're here in Mexico City. Hey, first game of the day was exciting. We saw E United. They were disrespectful, but they came out. Guns blazing. They were on fire. It was a great game to watch. I'm excited to see the Gosu crew. Personally, you have Kraz. A lot of passionate players on that team. But we're kicking this off on Escalation Foundation, the Gosu crew against Fable.
Here we go. I'm excited for this one, Deluxe. Our first time casting since the Gears Pro League days back in Gears World Ultimate Edition. It's going to be back, my friend.
Feels good to be back, but Foundation map number 1, we know they're going to be going down to open through those smokes and the Lancers out. We're going to see as the overhead map does come up here, both teams are going to push 2 players towards B, and here comes the open fight Fallout.
Yeah, mirror strat's exactly what you could expect here. And again, first match we saw was a blowout for United. This one's going to be a lot closer, so buckle up, and here we go. Yogurt going to take out the first one, but Crazed is able to neutralize. Crimson's the man we called out to kick things off. He's going to shut down Kraz himself, and when it's all said and done, it looks like it will be Fable that starts with a very strong initial.
Yeah, great plays off the initial over Fable. You saw there the new players for this team showing up big, as we're going to watch now on board with Pell trying to hold out for his team. No points currently for the Gosu crew, but that will change up coming right here. We can make a rotation to top tables. They're going to double down on that player. Crimson will fall. 2 top tables from each team. And now they got to be careful. You want to overextend here. Players will be coming off respawn, and they will be trying to retake.
Yeah, I like this decision right here by the Gosu crew to push up high side, an immediate reaction off the